What does it mean to be a disciple? Why is discipleship so important? The early church wasn't focused on programs. Do you believe that your life can truly reflect the character and the power of Christ? Jesus didn't just tell his disciples what to do. He showed them what made his method so powerful that they transformed the lives of 12 ordinary men. Let's dive in. Great people of God, welcome back to Discipleship, the Master's Model. I'm your host, and I remain your host, Pastor Lanre da Silva. Today, we are diving into a thought-provoking topic: the disciples and the crowd. Have you ever wondered why some people follow Jesus wholeheartedly, while others seem to watch him from the sidelines throughout? Jesus often made a distinction between the crowd and his disciples. The question is, which one are you? Are you part of the crowd? Curious, but not committed? Or are you walking closely with him as a true disciple? This episode will challenge and inspire you to move beyond the sideline into the life Jesus has called you to live. Now let's look at the nature of the crowd. The gospel often mentions the large crowd. They are there all the time following Jesus. If you look at John chapter 6 verse 2, it says a crowd of people followed him because they saw the signs he had performed by healing the sick. The crowd was drawn to Jesus for what he could do: his miracles, his teachings, his ability to meet their needs. But for many, their interest only stopped there. They wanted the benefit of following Jesus without the commitment. In Discipleship, the Master's Model, we explored how the crowd represents those who are intrigued by Jesus, but they are unwilling to take the next step of surrendering their life to him. They admired him from the distance, but they hesitate to commit fully. Now let's look at the call to discipleship. In stark contrast to the crowd, Jesus called his disciples to a life of complete devotion. In Luke chapter 9 verse 23, it says, "Whosoever wants to be my disciple must deny themselves, take up their cross on a daily basis, and follow him." That is a call to radical surrender. It's not about convenience. It's about commitment. That's more or less like a difference between the sport fan and a team player. The fan watches from the sidelines, from the stands, cheering when things go well. They complain when things don't go well. But the team player, on the other hand, is fully invested, sacrificing his time, energy, and effort for the sake of the team. He is constantly there. He doesn't go home when there is a match. He stays there. Jesus is not calling us to be fans. Oh, we celebrate Jesus. We dance. We are excited about him. But he's calling us to join the team. The passionate followers, the committed followers, the follower that is ready to imitate his life. Then the question is, how do we move from being members of the crowd to being disciples? I will share with you 3 C's of what to do to move from being a member of the crowd committee to becoming a disciple of Jesus. Number 1, count the cost. Jesus never sugarcoated discipleship. He made it very clear, outstandingly clear, that following him requires sacrifice. But you see, the reward, both now and eternity, are worth the sacrifice. Number 2, you have to commit fully. Discipleship is not a one-time decision. It's a daily choice to follow Jesus, no matter the cost, no matter the inconveniences. You have to make up your mind to commit completely to following him. Number 3, you have to come closer. You have to learn to spend time with Jesus through prayers, through scriptures, and through worship. The closer you are to him, the more you will grow as his disciple. And let me say something to you. When Jesus said to us that we should pray, he already told us that he knows our needs. He can meet them without us praying. He's simply interested in fellowshipping with us. He's interested in our relationship with him. It is not about him meeting our needs. Discipleship is about relationship, not religion. It's about knowing Jesus personally and allowing him to transform every part of our lives. It's not about activity. It's about who we are. And like I always do in every episode, I'll share with you 3 critical steps that you can take so that you can immediately begin to apply what you have learned. We shouldn't be hearers only, but doers. So the first thing to do, evaluate. Ask yourself, am I part of the crowd? Or am I truly following Jesus? What needs to change? Number 2, you need to surrender. Identify 1 areas of your life that you haven't fully surrendered to Christ, and commit to giving him full access to that area of your life today. Number 3, take a step. Choose 1 practical way to grow as a disciple this week, such as serving others, sharing your faith, or spending more time in prayer, or helping others to grow. Thank you for joining me for episode 8 of Discipleship, the Master's Model. Today, we explored the difference between the crowd and the disciples, and the call to follow Jesus wholeheartedly. Next week, we will dive into Paul's insight on discipleship. How did Paul disciple others? What can we learn from his example? You won't want to miss it. If this episode challenged you, please share it with someone who needs to hear this message. And remember, Jesus isn't calling you to watch from the sideline. He's calling you to follow him fully, step by step. God bless you.